Like Monica from Friends. I'm engaged. I'm engaged. Your turn.
I'm engaged. I'm engaged.
Very good. Now
I don't know
together.
how to do that.
I'm engaged.
I'm engaged.
I'm engaged.
Good thing, don't wreck a good thing. Good thing, don't wreck a good thing.
And we are back with another disaster where the battery died and we cannot find the battery or the charger. So now we're filming on our iPhone. So,
Yes, thank heavens for our iPhones.
gosh, it has been a day or a few days, but
Yes, well, welcome to Adam and the Bee episode 7, where we have a few amazing surprises to share. And
ready for the big announcement?
yes,
We're engaged.
we're engaged.
Woo, woo.
Woo, woo, woo,
We are
woo.
engaged. I'm sorry for your ears,
Yeah,
but
we might have just distorted the mic there.
we are officially engaged.
Yes. How's it feel?
It feels like I'm engaged.
I'm glad you're in the
I'm glad-
podcast or in life.
I'm glad
or
you're engaged too.
I feel super engaged. I've been engaged for years, but months at this point.
For one whole month,
what-
because we just discovered it's been our 1 month anniversary
Yeah.
officially today.
Well, I was engaged the moment I met you. So,
Oh yeah.
and then obviously we got engaged a month ago.
And now we're engaged in this conversation.
And we're celebrating our 1 month anniversary.
We are. And cheers, we've got our custom glasses complimentary of this man over here as part of the engagement.
Hey.
And we're having some delicious coconut water.
We're shamelessly plugging.
And Adam told me that
coconut
we're
water.
not discussing our drinks today.
No
So we're
juice.
moving on
No
right now.
juice. But we have some juicy things to talk about.
We have some very juicy things to talk
And
about.
for me, I would love to talk about the engagement. But first, what's going on with this zebra over here?
Oh yes, so today I am dressed like a zebra, purple zebra, because we are about to go back to South Africa. Well,
Are they
holding
known for
thumbs.
purple zebras?
In my mind, yes.
Okay. I'm excited. I get to see a purple zebra next week.
Oh, you're looking at one right now. Purple
Ow.
hair, purple glass.
I am looking at one right now.
But we're supposed to be going back to South Africa, but we're holding thumbs because we just did our test, because there's a test you have to do to make sure you're all in the clear for your flight. And we'll find out at midnight or tomorrow morning
Yes.
if we get the green light to go. Well, when we get the green light to go, because we will.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay positive because the last 2 days have been a little bit Jack and Jill roll down the hill.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's like life. Things come up, and you just have to adjust to them, especially with the way that the new climate is, with flights changing and variants coming out, and South Africa being trying to do the right thing and going public with it. And then ultimately, there were some restrictions that took place. But at the end of the day, you do what you got to do, especially for family, and I'm sure you'll see some friends there as well.
Yeah, so we're
So-
just excited to close out the year with the people that we love and just hang out and celebrate the engagement. And
Yes.
so why don't you tell us about the engagement?
Yeah, well, I'm curious to hear your side of it. I've known about this since February, right? So I was ready very early on, but there were a few logistics that had to take place. So there was a song that I wrote called One Life, and it's on the
And it's
PTSD album, so Palm Trees, Sunny Days. It was the bonus track, the 11th track on the album that
and
you
I
had no
had
idea existed.
no idea about,
Yeah, so the number one thing is to keep it a surprise,
because
right?
I was involved in the other songs on the album, but had no idea he was adding this secret song to the album.
Yes.
So he was hiding the song because he was trying to produce it whenever I left the house, which was hardly ever because of the pandemic. So there's what do you call it? A cache or a recently viewed or
Yeah.
opened tracks on our Logic's program.
And let's be honest, BINX has 6 songs that she's working on any given day, bouncing back and forth, which is cool for creativity.
And he always tells me to make sure I always keep his right at the top because he can never find it because it'll just be all my songs that I've opened up.
My songs
'cause
get
I,
washed out.
I
in
go
the
back and
timing.
forth.
Yeah, so I had to hide it from that standpoint. I had to hide any emails, and there was a lot of production and mixing and writing that went into it. And even one time you were out with some friends, and I hid a mirror. I put a mirror in the studio so that I could visually see when you were coming back into the studio to make sure you weren't overlapping and hearing what
And
I
I
was
walked into the
recording.
room one day and was like, why is there a mirror over there in the studio? And he was like, oh, well, I just thought I would get into character and like look at myself and feel the emotions of the song. And I was like, wow, that's a brilliant idea. I'm going to do that too. Meanwhile, he was just trying to keep an eye out for me.
Yeah.
And then also to piggyback on, so when he was hiding the song from me, there was one day when I came over to the studio and I saw him working on the song, and he kind of dragged something on top of the song title in Logic. And I thought it was pretty strange why
it was
he was
fishy behavior,
it
right?
was
Because
fishy
the guy
behavior.
that's hiding his like Safari internet browser, like that looks shady.
Right, but it was like he was hiding the song title on Logic, and I was like, well, that's strange. Why would he
Hiding a
hide?
music session.
He's hiding a
She's
music
like, this
session.
shady guy
Shady.
is trying
What
to hide
songs are you trying to
a
keep
bass
from
drum
me?
from me.
Exactly.
I'm the only bass in this house.
That's exactly right. I'm glad you know. I'm glad you know where you're. Very good. And I saw the song and I was trying to get into the session to see what he was hiding, and we started like chasing each other around the house and like tackling each other and tickling each other, and it turned into this really fun night, and I actually ended up forgetting what I was trying to look for in the first place and just went to go catch my breath.
The element of surprise, that's what it's all about. And
But it
speaking
was
of
so much fun.
surprises, I did throw you off the trail. So
Yes.
the song was naturally a big part of what took so long, and then there were a few like surprises along the way that I
Right,
threw in there.
he organized like a quest the first time, and he like threw me off and instead ended up taking me to Hamilton, and then the next time he blindfolded me, and I thought, each time I thought this was it, this was the moment, and then he blindfolded me and took me to like a French restaurant, and we just had dessert, and I kept getting like these mixed signals and really confused because I kept thinking it was happening because we don't leave the house, so if he's like really like blindfolding me and taking me on these quests and leaving little hidden notes, I just thought, and then eventually, so I feel like our engagement has been like one massive theatrical play that has just been ongoing for months and months. So
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a
it
work
was an
hard.
interactive engagement.
Yeah, I mean, we worked really hard in the first half of the year and really the first 3/4 of the year leading up to, we did a lot more travel on the back end of the year. And I think for most people out there, a lot of us still were being somewhat cautious. For us, we just continue to work on some of the projects we had, did do some live shows, and then fast forward, saw some friends towards the last couple months.
Right. So the last half of the year we've been really trying to focus on balance and seeing people that we love, and we've been getting a better grasp on it. So 2022 is definitely going to be the year of balance for sure.
I think the key though is just whatever you do, just have fun, and that's probably like the secret sauce. So
Well,
like
did you have fun with the engagement?
I had a lot of fun with the engagement. Now I'm
Are you tired? You need a big fat nap?
I'm a little bit tired. Not like right now, but like from the engagement.
Right.
Like, so the thing is, anybody that is going to get engaged or is engaged or understands it from friends and whatnot, it's so much energy that goes into it. Like for me, it was like 4 months in the making for some of the creativity behind it. So I was super relieved when all was said and done. So like for you, and I'm curious to hear
brand
your
new.
thoughts, like you have this moment of shock. For me, I have this 4-month build up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit different experience, but I will say that relief afterwards was amazing. It's just to get to that point was a little bit tough. And then also like I don't have secrets from you, so it's hard for me to like want to keep a secret, or like I was feeling shady, like hiding dinner reservations, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like I can't hide this from her. But then I'm like, well, you have to because it's the engagement. But I felt like super secretive because I was literally like closing my email inboxes to make sure you couldn't see things visually. So
Right.
but for you, I mean, this was like all at once, just boom. What was that feeling
So
like?
that's one thing I would love to give piece advice for anyone who's about to be an engagee, right? Is I thought it would be not I didn't think it was going to be this huge thing. You see proposals happen and you know that they're big deals, but you don't know if it's hyped up in the movies or whatnot. And I thought, you just wear a ring and you're just more committed, and just I didn't realize you would feel different, and and I was very wrong, because in the proposal I felt like my life flashed before my eyes in the best way possible. And it was one of those things where it was just this extreme amount of happiness and joy that your body almost feels like you're having like this outer body experience. And I don't know if I can speak for everybody. I don't know, if this happens to everybody, but it felt like I had this out of body experience where I was just so happy. I didn't know how to like stay in my body to understand what was going on. It was just and I think this is, what the best part of life is love. It's
100%.
just finding love and spreading love and sharing it. And to me, it was just feeling feelings of commitment and love, and just it felt like it floated me.
Yeah.
It was amazing, and I'm so excited for anyone who takes that next step to, and we also were saying that engagements and marriage is not like the end goal, right? That's not the end goal. The end goal is to consistently grow with your partner, to consistently put in the work and put in the effort. And we want to make sure that, engagements and weddings, we don't get caught up in that being the thing. It's a daily choice. It's a daily thing that you put your effort in and your love into, and you nurture it, just like they always say how you nurture a plant. So we're excited about just continuing to grow our love and learning and getting better and being better people for ourselves and for our partner.
Yeah, I'm very grateful because it's felt like us going to the gym on a daily basis. Like, we take the time to listen and acknowledge each other, and that day-to-day communication means so much more than a one-day event, whether it's an engagement or a wedding. So it's a lifelong journey, and it's almost like if you're gonna run a marathon, like, run at that consistent pace and show up every day and put in the work.
Exactly. It's not a sprint. It's not a sprint to the aisle and then,
Oh no. I mean, don't sprint and run, especially. Like,
No,
if
no.
you're the bride. The Runaway Bride, that's a movie.
Oh, it is.
That's a
I
movie.
just got him to watch like a little bit of Runaway Bride, but I thought it would be kind of fun to share some statistics about engagements. Did you want to say something?
I was gonna say I'd love to answer the questions, but I answered them on the first podcast that
Oh,
wasn't being
that's
recorded.
so true. So you can't guess again.
I mean, this time I actually would know the answers, but just for everybody, that for clarity's sake, I knew like all of the answers.
He was guessing them all right.
97% of the
It was
time.
pretty freaky. So yeah, so he will know the answers because we did go through this in the podcast.
I should
before.
completely be on Jeopardy because they ask questions and you know the answers.
I don't think I've seen that show. Was that something I should have watched?
You ever seen Jeopardy?
I think I've heard of it, but I don't think
It's like an American classic.
Oh, well, I should get onto that then, since I'm an American girl.
What is?
So, all right. So, how long after dating do couples generally get engaged? Okay. And you said last time.
28.
No, this is a very different question.
I was going in the sequence.
I love how it was
You
so confident.
switched the order here?
I don't know, but you were like 28. Like
I didn't even listen. I'll be honest. I zoned out in that moment. This is why you should listen to your partner.
I feel like that's how I was
That's
in
what
every
this was
maths
about.
class that I ever took, or maths exam, because I just hated numbers, so I just didn't pay attention. I think that's how I was, where I was just like 25 and like just was answering from math equations I'd seen before, but had zero idea what I was actually trying to solve in front of me.
That's fair.
That was too funny. Okay, so as I was saying, how long after dating do most couples get engaged? Generally.
Well,
What did you say?
What did I say? 2 years? I don't even remember that one.
I don't even know what you said. 18 months. That's
18
what you said.
months.
So basically, they're saying that anywhere from 2 to 5 years, that's when couples generally get engaged. And once the question is popped, the average length of engagement is about between 12 and 18 months. So
Of an engagement.
So what was our sequence? We're in that 2 to 5 year timeline.
And then we're currently in the
Engaged phase. Who knows? We could be married
Less,
either
more.
tomorrow in Vegas, or
you realize that would be a super affordable wedding.
it's not what you said on the previous podcast. I was like, maybe any day now I'll get an
I
envelope
don't
ready to
know
go to
how much the
Vegas.
Cirque du Soleil dancers are, but it's
Right. But who knows? A girl can dream about her Vegas wedding. But
We should
maybe
just
that's
do it in the
me.
middle of a Cirque du Soleil show, like become part of the performance.
Ooh, performance
good
art
idea.
engagement.
Ooh,
I
that's
like
good.
that. I like that.
We'll
I
have to
like
reach out.
Okay, so this is I just want to state that these are not proper numbers that I'm finding. It's just Googling it, and it's the top of my question on Google. So I'm just finding just random statistics, and some of these are dated from like 2016. So, and then I Googled what's the average age people tend to get engaged, and you said
28.
28. So for females, they're saying 27.2 years and 28.7 years for men. And and then they said, and then actually this one says couples usually date and the proposal is within like 3.3 years, which feels even more accurate to us.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing. So we would love to know from you if you've been engaged or if you're about to get engaged, just let us know. But no, if you've been engaged, we'd love to know how long you were dating before you got engaged. And if you've got any proposals gone wrong or proposals gone right, we'd love to hear it in the comments below. So let us know your timeline.
There was one that we actually had a friend text us randomly today at a Dolphins game. I guess this happened this month. So maybe today, maybe this week, who knows? Where there was like a "Will you marry me" on the Jumbotron, and the guy wasn't there when they like went to the off screen, and the woman is just standing there with her hand over her mouth like, oh my gosh, what's going on right now?
So
but the guy's missing. So like they completely botched the timing.
So the boyfriend's just standing in the concession stand or whatever, just trying to get some snacks. Probably
could be in the bathroom. He's probably like mom spaghetti, like vomiting on his sweater already.
Oh,
that was an 8 Mile reference.
Oh right. Yeah. Mom spaghetti.
Lose
Mom's
yourself
sweaty.
in the proposal.
Sweaty. Yeah, I love that one. Lose yourself in the music, the moments you want it. That's like my favorite.
Do you like how I just break out into a random rap lyric in the middle of a podcast?
I think this is getting a little too gruesome, Halloween-y-esque.
Yeah, well, Mom Spaghetti's actually a restaurant in Detroit now. So for anybody that's out there in Michigan, check out Mom Spaghetti.
That is brand new information.
Eminem actually owns
he does?
a part of it, I think.
Oh, we must go eat
or
there.
Promotes it. We don't eat spaghetti. Sorry, guys.
we eat the spaghetti squash. We don't
I'm
eat
sure
spaghetti.
That's not
us.
That's not what we do.
don't represent. We don't stand for spaghetti. So
we
if
could-
you don't stand for spaghetti, let us know in the comments below. Are you a pasta person? Because you can't sit with us.
But truth be told, like that was one of my number one factors of like, let's get engaged. It's like I was like, she doesn't eat spaghetti. I don't eat spaghetti. This is meant to be.
And so like everyone who wants to fulfill that Lady and the Tramp episode, we didn't do it. And who knows if we ever will.
I'm really trying to think of something else. Like I'll do ramen. We can have like a ramen Lady and the Tramp moment.
But I'm also very like, I have a weird relationship with ramen as well. So
sorry for all you ramen restaurants out there. There's gonna be a ramen restaurant owner that watches this one day like, what's wrong with ramen?
No, I do like ramen. And I'm just very particular sometimes, you know. We like ramen. Well, people think about all the people who are offended about spaghetti. That's like some people's favorite meal.
That's true.
We've probably lost half our subscribers who are like, I love spaghetti. You're not a spaghetti stan?
These guys.
Subscribe.
I don't like meatballs and spaghetti. No,
Make sure to subscribe if you like or don't like spaghetti.
There you go. So with that said, so we had the whole engagement piece. And then now to wrap up the year, we're going into a whole shift with family, right? We're doing the...
Did you announce your album release title?
Oh yeah, that happened. So there was an album that came out,
and we actually got engaged on his album release night because he had the proposal song, so it couldn't have been released any other time.
And the timing had to be perfect. So there was a whole celebratory piece that we had that night, but that was the 11th song on the album.
And he did it under a partial lunar eclipse because it happens every 500 to 1,000 years.
But I scheduled this one. I specifically was like, I want the lunar eclipse to happen on our special day.
You did that for us on
So
that
I
day?
talked to,
Oh, okay.
and, the team was like, you know what, we'll make the lunar eclipse happen.
Well, I am a lucky lady.
Exactly.
The
I literally moved moons. Hey.
That is pretty
So
spectacular.
full moon, partial lunar eclipse, and album release.
And because we have love surrounding moon magic. So we have full moons
Lots
are
of
very
moon magic.
symbolic to our
Not like
relationship.
dolls moon magic. That would be weird. But
Dolls?
it just sounds kind of like voodoo-esque. No voodoo.
We like voodoo.
Incense.
Moon magic.
Incense. Candles, that kind of magic.
Pineapples. Are we just naming
I'm
random
not
things?
saying not like dolls, you know what I mean? Like not like voodoo dolls, magic. There's different levels of magic, right?
Moon magic.
Yeah.
That's just all I say now. If I don't understand what he's saying, I'll just moon magic. So he did it then, got the album out.
And then the timing was perfect where the song released at 9:00 that evening, and then we had the moment
Yes.
like correspond in the same time frame. So
And so
Palm Tree Sunny Days is out. It's going to be under PTSD.
go stream it. Go listen to the proposal song. Maybe
track
one of you will
11.
use the proposal song for your proposals.
Yeah, use it and get creative with it. So if you can do something, feel free to repost on YouTube. I will not sue you for copyright.
It's such a beautiful thing because you know how music will always take you back to that place, right? And so for me, that song will always take me back to that moment. So it's kind of special when you think about other people that might use it for their special day that will always remind them of that moment. So
that's the goal.
So the good news is we both released an album this year, PTSD and Bedazzled Part 1. So go check out Bedazzled Part 1. Many, many, many songs to come in 2022, including our next collab with Adam and the Bee on Spotify. So make sure you follow us on Spotify.
Yes.
And we have a song coming out.
And it's coming out in 24 hours.
Dum, dum, dum.
No. It's actually not coming out in 24 hours, though. It's called 24 hours. Yeah, I got that wrong. That was a joke, but I didn't land that one. But the song's a great song. So 24 hours, we did a collaboration with one of my longtime collaborators that he's very talented, and we just made a piece of magic.
Can I give a tag for it?
For sure.
Michelangelo.
Hey.
So we have that song coming out soon, and many, many, many more podcast episodes to come your way. We did want to break this up. We did want to have like a New Year's podcast and a full-on 2021 wrap where we kind of reflected on everything this year. We could give a couple highlights about what happened this year if you wanted to, or did we want to just...
When you say highlights this year, for us specifically, or for like what happened in life?
In life and music. Well, I mean, we got engaged.
There were 12 months.
There were 12 months. Thank goodness.
Yes.
Well,
multiple sunrises and sunsets.
Yes.
Concerts came back, so live music came back.
Royalty checks.
Royalty checks did come in.
Keep streaming, please. We need it.
Thanks so much.
We gotta keep that music. Keep it on rotation. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
We did have a very, very special year, and so just speaking on everything that happened this year, even if there's not a monumental moment, right, like an engagement, which we're very thankful that we were able to experience this year, it's been a very heavy 2 years, and as long as we can all try to find moments of joy in our day, just little ways that we can continue to feel joy, that's just all what life is about, just trying to keep ourselves happy and trying to find, ways to... I was gonna say this feels very hypocritical because I've had very, very rough 2 last days. I'm kind of like a spiral of when everything goes right, everything goes right. When everything goes wrong, goes wrong.
Murphy's Law.
Yes.
Regardless, there's been a wave of like difficult moments the last couple of days. But the good news is gratitude.
We're looking up.
Yeah, I would say gratitude carries you through that. And especially during the holidays, it's very easy to fall in a place of like, I'm not in a position to give all of my friends or family what I want for the holidays, or it can create the wrong approach. And the holidays are not about that. The holidays are about being with family, spending time with people, giving back, doing what you can to
just loving yourself, giving back, and
maybe like paying forward could mean to yourself.
Totally.
Because with the mental health awareness that I would say that we now have, we probably have honestly had anxiety and all these other things floating around in our culture.
Highly.
It wasn't discussed the way that it is now. So it's a blessing that it is, and I just want everyone to know that it's okay to feel whatever you feel during this holiday season. And if you get a chance, try to find a way to give back in some way, shape, or form, even if that's a conversation.
Absolutely.
Talking to somebody, if somebody needs to talk to you, have that conversation with them, because that's really what the holidays are about.
And one thing we are trying to focus on, this year, is we're trying not to focus on the monetary aspect of Christmas and holidays. We're trying to find other ways that we can give back and make our people, our loved ones feel loved without monetary finances attached to it, because I think a lot of people have a very stressful time around the holidays for many, many different reasons.
Are you saying you're not buying me the house I wanted for the holidays?
I mean, didn't I buy you an apple the other day?
I think I bought myself an apple.
That's true. I don't buy your apples because they're very sour.
But they're good.
You love
Granny
sour
Smith.
apples.
But that wasn't a make or break in our relationship, so we did good there.
Speak for yourself.
Honeycrisp it is.
I love Honeycrisp. But we just wanted to. Oh, we wanted to do our card.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so you want to go?
Yeah. So, what do you remember thinking to yourself the first time you saw me?
So I love this question because I have the answer ready to go.
Because we did the podcast one time, or
no, I actually did this before, but I just I have the answer because I'll never forget when I saw him. He was with his dog, and he had his sexy glasses on. And I just remember immediately, like, the first thought I had was, ooh, boyfriend material. Like, that ticker went off. But I wasn't, like, forefront thinking about it, right? Because he was my neighbor, so I wasn't really thinking of it like that. But I immediately, like, thought that and was like, he looks like a really sweet guy. And he was very kind and gentle when he spoke. And he looked very loving and like a caretaker with his dog. And he just looked sexy with his glasses. And I just felt like, you look like you read. And like you said, it was a Saturday night. And I was like, wow, a Saturday night. This guy looks like he reads on a Saturday night. And I was like, I feel that. I feel like he would be curled up with his girlfriend on the couch with a book in his hand, like maybe a glass of wine. And it just looked like it was calling my name. And it did.
Hey, got us here. So the moral of the story is never feel bad about wearing glasses because it might just attract.
So people, get your glasses on.
For sure. Well, I think some people are self-conscious about glasses.
Well, I think that I'm here to vouch for how very, very much it can, because the glasses are pretty much why I'm engaged. So
I should wear my glasses more.
You should be wearing them right now.
True.
Maybe more people would never mind.
Cheers with our glasses.
Taken. I was like, maybe many more people.
I've got glasses right here.
You do. Cheers. And what was I going to say about so what did you think when you first saw me?
What did I think when I first saw you? I thought you were incredibly gorgeous.
Exactly. And gorgeous.
And I thought, why do you have a djembe? You don't look like a djembe player to me. But then I thought, why am I judging her for wearing a djembe on her side? And then, so you had a djembe guitar and you had the bee outfit. That's so you were coming back from a live performance and you naturally played multiple instruments, the djembe being one of them. So I was very intrigued by the fact that you actually play with a live djembe. That was amazing. So that, and then I was just naturally blown away by how beautiful you were. And I was like, okay, don't look creepy. Don't act creepy. Just
I don't think there's anything creepier than the first lyric in my song Neighbours when I go, I'm looking through my window and I can see a light on. I don't think it gets creepier than that.
And that's from the BINX and the Bee from Mars album. But Bedazzled is the album that just came out this year. And that's part 1. So there's going to be another part 2?
Yes, there is. And maybe there's part 15. Who knows?
That's exciting. Is part 2 coming out next year? Or?
Who knows? I think
you know.
Well,
you said that like you didn't know. Yeah, who knows?
Well, I really don't. Because the thing is that we're trying to also reduce expectations and just let it be.
No pun intended? Like let it be like the African bee?
Pun intended.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so definitely as a recap, we'd love for you guys to check out Bedazzled Part 1 as well as PTSD by Maida Adams. And
go
again,
make
that's
memories because
Sunny Days.
Yes, and 2022 can be filled with all of your memories from this new music.
So what are you most excited to share with 2021 and for 2022? What are you most excited for? So anything you're grateful for in 21 and 22, what would you like to achieve or see or reach? Or
oh my gosh, there's so many questions in this one question.
Throw it in the comments. Like, subscribe.
Let us know let us know everything that you got planned for 2022 and what you'd like to hear more from us next year.
Yes.
But I must say I'm very excited that I came out 2021 healthy, happy, with all my loved ones.
And engaged.
Like Monica from Friends. I'm engaged. Your turn.
I'm engaged. I'm engaged.
Very good.
I
Now
don't know how
together.
to do that.
I'm engaged.
I'm engaged.
I'm engaged. I'm engaged.
That's what I'm saying. I should probably do like more hip hop for my audience.
Well, we'll just give them a little something from every angle.
You got to bounce the shoulders. I did that. Okay, my rhythm's off.
Wow, I'm really
It's
good
late.
at
Okay. We appreciate you guys joining. Definitely thank you for the support in the early stages of the Adam and the Bee podcast.
And let's finish with a mantra.
We got a mantra coming in. I feel a mantra coming on, cuz.
Come mantra.
Breathe in peace and breathe out blessings to all.
Let's do it on 1, 2.
We don't
3.
say it. I think we just do blessings to all.
And to all a good night. Right?
And Happy New Year.
And happy 2022.
We'll see you next year.
We'll see you guys next year. Thank you so much for being a part of Adam and the Bee this year. We're so excited to bring you some more episodes. So stay tuned and thank you for watching and being a part of this.
Yes, we'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon. Oh no! One last thing before we go. It wouldn't be an Adam and the Bee podcast without our rap.
Okay.
We have to do our 2021 raps.
Okay,
so
let's do our rap.
Okay. Let's try to see if we can do it similar to the one that we did.
Okay. So the word's gonna be 2021. So let's say I got engaged to my girlfriend in 2021.
Baby, when I looked at you, I knew you were the one.
And when I looked at you, I thought we gonna have some fun.
Baby, with you, I'm never gonna be done.
I'm gonna buy you socks for the holidays so you don't have to run. Like at the wedding, Runaway Bride.
Oh, right,
answer.
right, gotcha. And I want you under the moon, and I want you in the sun.
And that's where we're done. Thank you guys so much for joining Adam and the Bee.
And we'll see you guys in
Episode 7.
2022. Bye.
Peace.
I was trying to squeeze your hand. Oh.